Episode 8 of We Were Liars begins in summer 2016 with Katie rationalising that the adults will stop fighting and become a family again if they burn down Claremont. They believe it's the source of all their troubles, and even if nothing changes, the liars conclude that it cannot get any worse. Boy, I do hope they're not proven wrong. Anyway, Miriam takes her mum's wing, Katie takes the ground floor, Johnny decides to douse the attic, while Gat just thinks it's a bad idea. Katie convinces him to be the getaway boat driver who saves them. That way, Harris will have to welcome him back as the hero, and they may get Ed back too. At 12 AM, they all have to set the fire and run out no matter what. In summer 2017, Katie begs the liars to help her kickstart her memory. They play Scrabble and every word is a clue. That's how she remembers that the dogs died in the fire. She apologises to Harris and he's glad she remembers. She suggests having dinner with the liars and he looks sad. As her birthday gift, he gives her the black pearl necklace. This triggers the rest of her memories, and she recalls that the liars are dead and she breaks down. It turns out all the time we saw her hanging out with the liars during summer 2017, there wasn't actually anyone with her. The liars prepare Molotov cocktails and use Sinclair's newspapers as kindling when we jump back to August of summer 2016. At 11:56 PM, Gat gets the boat ready and waits outside. Katie douses the ground floor with gasoline while Johnny does the same to the attic. He gets distracted by old photos though and then breaks Harris's trophies. As for Miriam, she finds that Bess has patched up her torn painting and she's touched as she saves it by throwing it out the window. At midnight, Katie sets the ground floor on fire, and while leaving she remembers Tipper's black pearl necklace. Once she gets it, she runs out only to hear the dogs barking. They're stuck in the laundry room, and as she rushes back in to try and save them, she's unable to do so. That's how she wound up hitting her head and her dress is on fire. Gat worries as no one makes it out, and he and Katie miss each other as she runs out the front door while he enters the burning house from a side door. Johnny and Miriam finally head out as well, but the fire and smoke are everywhere. Gat, Johnny and Miriam search for each other, trapped in the house. Outside, Katie is shocked to see that no one has made it out. Before she can head back in to save them, the gas line explodes. The trapped liars are killed and Katie is thrown into the water. Having run back to the island, Harris calls the cops and saves Katie. He tells everyone that it was a faulty gas line that killed the 3 kids and Katie was injured while trying to save them. In the summer 2017, Katie finds a birthday present that Gat had left for her. It happens to be his beaded necklace. She finally tells Penny that she's an addict and her mum promises to get her help, citing the Sinclair way of burying things doesn't work anymore. It's revealed now that it's Penny and not her ex who actually had an affair. She tells Katie that being a Sinclair is hard and she has to make a choice. Katie tries to give back the pearls to Harris, but he points out that she will destroy everyone if she reveals the truth about the arson. He orders her to wear the pearls, signalling her as his heir, and to be the spokesperson for an interview with the Times. She then checks in on the little ones and they seem to be doing well. However, they do miss Johnny and Miriam. Bess retrieved Miriam's painting and has launched an exhibition for it. Carrie comforts her as Bess wishes she had done more when Miriam was alive. She wonders if they are being punished for what they did when they were 16, and they don't understand why Penny of all people was spared. Is this a season 2 setup maybe? Brody is back and so is Ed. Harris has bailed out Brody and Bess but under the condition that they stay together. Penny and Carrie are sympathetic for once as they realise that Bess is trapped in her marriage for the sake of a united front. Harris seems to have accepted Ed and Carrie's relationship too, but looks relieved when Ed refuses to be part of the interview. Katie notices that everything else is the same and she tells Gat's ghost that she cannot pretend like Harris wants her to. He encourages her to tell her own story. The interviewer asks for her thoughts on the family's strength and she refuses to answer while the Sinclair sisters watch on sadly. Katie drives away in the boat and throws the pearl necklace in the sea. She knows that she was a Sinclair but opts to be a liar forever. Katie thinks the dead liars are her imagination, but Johnny and Miriam confirm that they are actually ghosts. All during summer 2017, Johnny tried to stop Katie from remembering, as her curiosity was what was keeping him around. He's scared to go to hell, but she promises that he won't. Next, Miriam wishes she had spent more time with her sisters. She has a lot of regrets and is sad that no one ever truly saw her. Katie promises the liars did and that she will remember Miriam all her life. Miriam also visits the art gallery here and smiles when Ebon looks at her painting. Finally, Gat assures Katie that even though he is fading, he still loves her. She blames herself for his death and he comforts her. The rest of the liars then show up and they go for a swim one last time. When Katie comes up for air, she's alone as the liars have moved on to the afterlife. And at the end of episode 8, Carrie, Ed and Will are packing up to leave Beechwood. Carrie sneaks away to take a pill and Johnny catches her and she is not surprised to see him. She thought he had left, but he reveals that he cannot. So just like the whole show, We Were Liars episode 8 is a bit of a mixed bag. Thriller wise, it is definitely entertaining, keeping us on our toes every step of the way. The moment Katie figures something out, another jaw-dropping plot twist arrives. It did seem odd that no one interacted with the liars in summer 17, and that we only saw Katie with them. Their dialogue felt ominous as well, such as Gat looking sad that he failed someone, Johnny's fear, and Miriam trying to stop Katie from hooking up with Gat, since, well, he is a ghost of course. Johnny's unresolved angst gives the show an open ending as well, should they want to create a sequel. Him trying to stop Carrie from seeing the assault video makes sense now too, given that she can see ghosts as well. But while the mystery and its resolution are all well and good, the show fails thematically. Katie's big plan to change the family amounts to nothing, as everyone is relatively the same. And while we have already established previously how the plan was foolish, the execution is equally terrible. Yes, they were drunk, but did no one consider how Miriam and Johnny would exit the house if all the floors were set on fire at the same time? For a family of perfectionists, you think they would have been better planners while setting this alight. You don't have to be an arsonist or sober to know that they need to target each floor one by one, starting from the top and working their way down. And Katie may have driven into the sunset, but Harris continues to be his racist, classist and manipulative self with multiple heirs to continue his legacy. He disapproves of Bess's marriage, but traps her in it to ensure the world doesn't spot any weakness. Penny reveals her big bad secret, but doesn't really get a proper conclusion for herself either. Carrie gets back with Ed, but her addiction gets worse courtesy of the death of her son. Instead, the ones who are most affected are the poor liars. Johnny tries to become a better person, but is stuck as a ghost. Miriam is a wallflower, and her death just gets her 7 minutes of fame and an indirect apology from her mother. And Gat, the poor Indian boy who is targeted for his race and class, dies for loving Katie. It's not really a fun note to end the show about complex and morally grey characters. In this ensemble story, no one is redeemed and no one gets justice or closure they deserved except for Katie. It's not exactly a satisfying ending to what's otherwise been a decent thriller up to this point. Fingers crossed we get a season 2 to iron out those issues. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.